Hey guys, hey subscribers. Um, I know that I planned on doing a lot of updates more lately, and I thought that I'd have more time for it, and I didn't. As you've seen by the pretty much complete lack of anything being posted in like 6 months. Um, we're actually going to be moving soon. We're not going to be able to stay here. We live in Oklahoma, which is one of the worst states in the country for teachers. And my wife is a public school teacher. And I think I said in one of my other videos that I am a stay-at-home dad. I take care of our daughter while my wife teaches. We tried it the other way around. It just didn't work. I kept working throughout the entire summer after my daughter was born while my wife had the summer off because of school. And it just didn't really work out too well. And so we ended up switching the role. It works a little better this way. And unfortunately, with Oklahoma's teaching environment being so terrible and nothing being fixed because neither side of the aisle actually wants to face the real problems. They all just basically want to bicker back and forth about Democrat versus Republicans and how much they hate each other. The problem isn't getting fixed. And so we are actually moving out of Oklahoma altogether. We're currently selling the property that we already have. It's already on the market. In fact, tomorrow we're going to have an appraisal done. Tomorrow being a Tuesday with today being a Monday. Not that really matters. You don't really care. But anyways, it's getting appraised and we're getting this house sold off. We have interested buyers and stuff. But the house we're trying to get a hold of, the area we're looking at is a perfect, wonderful terrain for the kind of things that we're wanting to do with our property, doing all of this homesteading type stuff. Unfortunately, like negotiations, picking a house, all that kind of stuff has actually been a tremendous pain in the neck. We never imagined actually finding a good house and buying it would end up becoming a worse process than actually selling ours. Usually the selling is the really frustrating part, but it's happening just the opposite for us. But anyways, what it ultimately means, because I've been talking about this way too long already, is we're going to be starting over. We're going to have a completely blank piece of property that nothing has been done to. And my wife has actually come across some neat projects that she'd like us to do on the new piece of property whenever we get it. So you guys, because I didn't really do the updates and I didn't really start this channel and actually put any use to it early on, you guys missed out on a lot of the things that we did do and some of the ideas that I did. I didn't really get to show you guys how we did them and that kind of thing. But that's going to change. And at the new property, I'm going to try to actually document all the projects we're doing and how we're doing them. That way, if any of them pique your guys' interest, I'm not the expert on how to do these things. I'm just going to do them myself. But hopefully, seeing just little old me who is basically learning all this stuff from scratch, my wife too, hopefully seeing us do it will actually inspire you guys. And you guys will be able to get out there and actually get some stuff done. Because one example, the comfrey that we have, we've had just one comfrey plant growing that we planted probably close to 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, because we planted it like in the early spring the year before last or something like that. It's helped me out through a couple of wasp stings because the stuff just works really good for wasp stings. I broke my toe earlier this year and I didn't use it for that, which would have been really, really helpful. But just out of nowhere, there's a new like natural herbalism type store here in town that we were actually able to help the owner out with our comfrey because she didn't have any. She didn't keep it in stock, and she hurt her ankle really, really, really bad. And everything that she had and could get a hold of, it just wasn't enough, and it just wasn't quite getting the job done. And so she needed some comfrey, and she got in touch with us because we'd come to one of her classes and we'd gone in and we chatted with her a couple times. She's a super awesome, sweet lady. But that kind of came out of nowhere. We didn't really expect anything like that to happen. It's not like we put our comfrey up on sale on a local yard sale page or something like that. It just came about just completely by accident. It's one of those things that makes us really sad that we're going to have to move. But, life's carrying us away. But those little victories like that, that's what fuels you to keep going and doing something like this. Because to say that it's a thankless work is a severe understatement. Because there's nobody telling you thank you. The number of people that we tried selling eggs to, the people I tried to set up like, I tried to set like a Facebook thing that was like, I'm looking for people that actually want farm fresh eggs on a regular basis. And none of those people got back to us. And it's not that the eggs aren't any good. We eat them ourselves. They're great. They're really good. My wife has coworkers, and we have family members that get them from us. It's like the eggs are good. They're great. They taste good, all that kind of stuff. So it's not like these people are ticked off and refusing to keep buying from us. It's just that people these days are so unreliable. So this becomes a very thankless thing to try to do and to try to keep up with. And the little victories like that, like with me finding that local herbalist that needed something that I just happened to be growing that isn't very well known these days. It's the little victory that keeps you moving. Like I think I've already said 4 times. I'm bad about repeating myself, guys. You may have already noticed from one of my other videos, but I repeat myself all the time. But we're going to be moving, and I'm going to try to document this stuff completely from scratch. As we plant stuff, I want you to see us planting things, just so you see that it's not some sort of mystical process. If you've never planted a fruit tree before, you think that it's like some sort of weird thing, you're not quite sure how to do it, and it's really not that hard. And sometimes just seeing people do it makes all the difference in the world. And so I'm going to try to document that stuff better. I'm going to try to let you guys kind of see how that works. That it is a lot simpler than you would think. Eventually we'll be building our own coop. When we do get our property, we have a long distance to move. We're going to have a lot of stuff to get moved, and we have a 1-year-old daughter. So we're not really going to have a ton of time to mess around with, taking the time to build a coop. We're going to need a place to put them right away. So there's a few things that we're going to do right off, like probably go ahead and spend money on a pre-built type coop from somewhere like Tractor Supply or something like that, and get it moved out there to the property. That way we can just get our chickens, get them up there, have them a place to stay, a place to live, until we can get fencing set up and all that kind of stuff. So there's a few things that we're going to have to handle that way, but once we get settled in, I want to document everything so you guys can see it. When I'm building the new coop, I took a home improvement class recently that showed how to build walls, how to do insulation in walls and building floors and stuff like that. And it was from a really good builder who I'm going to stay in touch with. In fact, I'm going to actually be taking the last course tonight in that class, and I'm going to get his phone number because he wants to help people like me and people like, I'm pretty sure most of you that are subscribed, people who want to learn how to do these things for themselves and start taking care of their own projects, their own buildings. If you want to build your own doghouse, that's not a very hard thing to do, but if you don't know how to do it, it's terrifying, And it's like that first time you fire off a shot from a gun you've never shot before, or you don't know how to use it because you didn't really get trained, and so you're just kind of being really careful about it. There's that fear to it. After you've done it a few times, you're not afraid. You know exactly what you're doing. And a lot of this stuff is exactly that same way. So I'm hoping that what I'm doing here is specifically for those people that were like me, completely new, had never done a thing, because there's still a ton of stuff that I have never done before that I don't know what I'm doing on. But I'm going to figure them out, and I want you guys to kind of see the mistakes I'm making and everything so that you can learn from those too. I'm not pretending to be an expert in anything. I'm just learning like, you guys are. And so I hope to kind of keep that same mindset. And I've been going almost 9 minutes on this. Yeah, okay, I'm done. Thanks for watching, and keep your eyes open, because I'm not done yet. We're just going to be moving, and we're going to have to start over. So there's not much we can bring with us. The chickens, we're going to bring the comfrey along, and that's just about it. So, bye guys. Good luck out there.